Right. Welcome back to another episode of our movie review series. Episode 208. Now last week I said that Sho Kosugi was coming back to the movie review series. Sho Kosugi is back, Jack. And he brought his son Kane with him. Sho Kosugi is back. Revenge of the Ninja. Revenge of the Ninja, not Enter the Ninja. Revenge of the Ninja. 1983. It's a sequel, kind of sort of a sequel, but it's not a direct sequel. It's a sequel to the Ninja trilogy. This is a sequel to Enter the Ninja, even though it's not a direct sequel. It got nothing to do with Cole. I mean, yeah, this movie is focusing on Sho Kosugi's character, Sho Kosugi. Yeah, man, this movie though, boy, 1983. That year, around that time frame, you saw a lot of violent movies. Then, I mean, before, 82, you had a Conan the Barbarian. That movie was very graphic, very violent. 83, you got a movie called Scarface, and that movie was it's pretty violent. Yeah, I reviewed that. But yeah, I tell you though, man, with this movie, Jesus Christ, not too long after this movie started, we get a nice cool setup, nice little docile, peaceful opening, establishing the whole property scene of Cho's homeland in Tokyo, Japan. And yeah, not too long after we got used to the peaceful setting for at least 30 seconds, we got a slew of ninjas showing up and they just wreaked havoc. I mean, it was a bloody massacre. You want to talk about violent? A kid got killed in that scene. Okay, ninja star right in the face. We didn't see him get the ninja star in the face, but ninja threw it, kid took the hit, he went down, head turned, and there's a star right there in his face. Okay, that's how fucking violent this movie is. That's how fucking graphic this movie is gonna be. Okay, we got, yeah, it was a bloody massacre. Okay, it was brutal. It was nasty. And man, oh man, you cannot get away with that these days. You can't. What they did back then, you cannot see nothing like that these days, man. I mean, yeah, thank God we had the 80s, man. It was all or nothing at that time. And yeah, they went all out every single time. Yeah, we only want to talk about a violent movie, and this is it. So yeah, man, I tell you, yeah, his family got killed. His wife went to hide her little baby, but unfortunately, yeah, she got taken out. Her son, their son, star right in the face. Other people around that house, everybody, with the exception of Cho and his mother and his other son, his baby son. With the exception of them, everybody got taken out. Cho, he comes home and he sees, he comes home. He and his best friend Braden, they were talking about business in America, and he comes home and he sees that everybody has been wasted. And yeah, those ninjas that was there, they must have taken a water break because they showed up again. Cho took him, Cho took him out. Okay, one man versus all of those cats that showed up and killed his entire family. You know, he takes out those cats, and then Braden, he got some fighting moves too. He has a gun, and then he was shooting a few ninjas here and there, and he was fighting a few ninjas here and there. And this guy, he can fight too. But yeah, more on that later. But yeah, Joe, he found that his son, ninja star in the face. He find his wife laid out, you know, arrow to the chest, and yeah, his baby was found. Braden found the baby, and his mother comes around. She sees everything, and she lets Cho know that you know, yeah, the necklace that she has used to belong to her father, and his father, yeah, used to belong to his father, her husband, his father, and his father died defending that necklace. That necklace represents their entire family lineage. So yeah, as long as the necklace is in the family, the symbol will still stand. But yeah, Cho, his you know, he was pretty much talked to into moving to America because he and his best friend and business partner Braden, they were talking about the open up a museum, to fill it with a whole bunch of Japanese um, artifacts. So yeah, seeing that there's nothing else here no more, nothing else here for him in Japan no more, he, his baby son, and his mother, they moved to America. 6 years later, son grew up a little bit, Ken Kazuki. You'll see me talk about him a lot. If you've seen the DOA Dead or Alive review, you'll see me talk about him in that one. But yeah, I tell you though, this movie though, yeah, it's oh man, it's it's a straight up 5 out of 5 already from me. Okay, this movie is just 100% straight up awesome. You're going to enjoy it all the way through. It's action packed. It has a really, really good story. Braden is a shady son of a bitch, and every time the camera pressed in on his eyes, you can see that he's a shady son of a bitch because the camera always pressed in on his eyes. Yeah, you see that, you see something's not right with this cat. Those green eyes is going to fool you. And yeah, more on that later. But yeah, this movie already a straight 5 out of 5. I don't have to say what is the rating on that at the end of this review because it's I already said it twice. So yeah, action pack. Sho Kosugi, this dude, straight up the man. Okay, he is the master. He a real life ninja. He is a master. Yeah, he just lays waste to any and everybody that comes his way. Okay, even when he is dragged for blocks by a van, you know. Yes, yeah, a bunch of guys ordered by Braden. A bunch of guys come in, they robbing the museum, So yeah, Joe, he sees these guys. He comes after them. They put up a real good fight, but yeah, he just lays waste to every single one of them. Lays waste to every single one of them. And yeah, man, I tell you, tough motherfucker Show is. Yeah, being dragged for blocks, city blocks, you know, trying to catch these guys. And yeah, clothes all shredded up, tatted up. He's all scraped up, bloodied up. He comes home and he finds his mother dead because Braden is also a ninja. And he was there to, I guess he was there to look for Cho. Cho was not home, obviously. But he kills his mother instead. And his mother, she got some skill, boy. The way she was evading Braden's attacks, doing the backflips and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, this movie is amazing. Okay. When they put over an old woman to let you know that she can defend herself, even though she is an old woman, she is not as strong as she used to be. So, you know, she made that throw. Braden, she made that throw. Braden caught it, threw it back, you know, takes it in the chest. She takes it in the chest and, takes the smoke bomb, disappears from it. But Braden is a ninja. Ninja got that sixth sense. Puts a sword through the wall, stabs her, spins the wall around, and there she is, man. I tell you. So yeah, Cho, yeah, he comes home and he sees her, and that familiar, that familiar tone, that familiar tune, that familiar song from Enter the Ninja, considering the same composers, the same two composers from that movie, they come along and do this one too. And he had one other guy. Now, let me tell you something about the music in this movie. It's all going to sound familiar, especially if you've seen the first American Ninja. You're going to hear familiar tones. You're going to hear familiar tones. You're going to hear familiar um, melodies. You're going to hear familiar music, period. Because this is the Canon Group. This is the Canon Group, and they borrow each other's stuff for every single movie. Music, locations, everything. It runs cheap because they're a low budget group. They're a low budget studio. Everything just runs cheap for them. They just reuse all of that stuff. Low to medium budget stuff in every single one of the films, except for Masters of the Universe, where they just put up a whole lot of money on that. But I already talked about that a long time ago. But anyway, Yeah, you hear that familiar music, you know. And yeah, it just 100% fits this scene. You know, Joe finds his mother dead, and the necklace that she worn, the necklace that she told him about, the necklace I just told you about. You know, he takes the necklace, you know, and yeah, it's now passed down to him, and it will be passed down to his son Cain, his only son now, because you know the other son is dead, starred in face. So yeah, you know, with all that going on, you know, you got this guy Braden, who is also a ninja, one shady son of a bitch, because I'm thinking he set up the attack in Japan just so he can have Joe run the museum and pretty much unwittingly run this heroin ring, the heroin ring that he got going on. Yeah, every single one of those artifacts, you know, those dolls that they got, you know, set up in the museum, you know, every single one of them, it is filled with heroin. So yeah, you know, one day little Kane, you know, he was playing around the museum. He accidentally knocked down one of those artifact dolls, shatters to the floor, and all the heroin came out. Even though he did not ask no questions about what that white powder stuff was, you know. Yeah, the museum curator, the assistant curator, I guess, who she was, Kathy, you know, yeah, she's in on it too, you know. She's in love with Joe, but Braden, you know, Braden, he's hitting that. Boy, I tell you. But yeah, she don't want him though. She wants Joe, you know. She flirting with Joe when Joe getting exercise. She want to practice with him. What ways to one? But I tell you though, man, yeah, Kathy, yeah, very good looking woman, very sexy woman, you know. Tried to drown her in the jacuzzi. Braden did later on in the movie. Tried to drown her in the jacuzzi, in the hot tub. I mean, 100% spraying this shit all over her. Now it's filling up. She's tied down. Yeah, and the hot tub is filling up. Some bitch is still hot. I'm surprised that body of hers did not get any burn blisters while she was still sitting in there. She's tied down, okay? Arms and legs. She's tied down. You know, Kane comes in there, he frees her, you know, and yeah, not one part of her body, not the arms, not the legs, not one part of her body is covered in blisters, in burn blisters, you know. No skin peels, nothing like that. She and I look like sexy nurse in Halloween 2, you know. Michael ducking her head in the hot tub, pull her back, and her face is all peeled off, you know. Duck it again, pull it back. It's getting worse. You know, she did not look like that. She was got rhino skin. She was got some real tough skin, boy. But yeah, anyway, you know, this movie's just awesome. Period. And I don't even want to through it, go through the whole thing. But yeah, what I really want to boast on is the fact that this movie has the most epic fight scene. If I thought the fight scene in Enter the Ninja was pretty damn good, man, I tell you, they upped the ante on that. They topped themselves with that fight scene. They topped themselves, and they hit you with the this real cool outdoor rooftop fight. You know. I mean, yeah, Braden pulling off every single ninja trick. You know, just when you thought he was there, it was a mannequin. Just when you thought that he was in the outdoor rooftop jacuzzi. Who would put a rooftop jacuzzi? Who would install that? But hey, you've seen those movies that they got swimming pools on the roof. I don't get that either. But hey, that's Los Angeles, okay? That's Hollywood. They do this shit over there. Where I'm from, I don't see that shit. I mean, I've been to hotels, but I hung out at the balconies. I've never been to the roof. You never know. It probably was a swimming pool or a jacuzzi at the roof. But anyway, every single trick that Braden pulled out, you know, just when you thought he was there, it was a mannequin, that he cut down in half, that Cho cut down in half, you know. Just when you thought, he was in a jacuzzi, it was a mannequin arm that Cho cut off, you know. So yeah, once we're in that one area on the roof, yeah, no more tricks, no more running, no more hiding. It's mano a mano, ninja to ninja, ninja versus ninja. And yeah, man, I tell you, they had a real badass, real epic fight scene all around the roof. Hell, at one point, Cho got thrown off the roof, but he threw a grappler, pulled his ass back up, and that's when they finally and just went at it, 1-on-1, sword clashing, fire being thrown. Looked like that he had some superpowers, the way he was shooting that flamethrower, you know. But yeah, I tell you though, everything you can just think of, it was happening in that fight, only to end anime style. And when I say anime style, I mean Cho stabs Braden, that rips the blade out, blood spraying everywhere, looking like Ninja Scroll, blood spraying everywhere. Cuts down that damn demon mask of his, cuts that son of a bitch open, and it was over. It was over for Braden. Yeah, Joe, the ninja, he got his vengeance. He opened up his hand, the necklace was in there. Yeah, for his family, you know. But yeah, I tell you though, this movie, yes, yes, yes. Gotta do it. Hey, wrestling reference. You've seen the other reviews. Hopefully you have. I've done that there too. Wrestling references, not the yes chant. But you gotta do the yes chant for this movie though, because this movie is just so fucking awesome, man. I mean, if you're not watching this movie, why the fuck are you watching this review? So yeah, man. So yeah, I tell you though, it's just 100% perfectly awesome. You cannot go wrong with this movie. None whatsoever. Great soundtrack. As far as the score is concerned, you hear a lot of borrowed shit. you know, Story was pretty damn good. The action was just top notch. For 80s fighting too, man, I tell you. The action was crisp. I mean, Sho Kosugi, the master himself, choreographed the fight scenes for this movie. So yeah, everything was just so crisp, you know. Even the the guy that played, Cho's friend, the cop. He has some pretty sweet martial arts moves, man. And yeah, Little Kane, you can tell, this kid, he was way ahead for his age, even though, you can see that he needed a bit more practice. He's, when he doing the flips, he stumbled a little bit, but yeah, And hey, speaking of Little Kane, the fight he had with Kathy, okay, when she was trying to kidnap him and take it to Braden, the fight he had with Kathy, damn, that was a pretty good fight. I mean, the camera angle, is so low because Kane, he's a small fry. He's just a little boy, 6 years old, and Kathy, grown ass woman. But hey, he held his own against her. She's a pretty good fighter. He held his own against her, and yeah, he actually beat her. This little boy actually beat her. So yeah, I tell you though, the fight scenes, man, it just very crisp all the way through. All the way through. The melee fight against ninjas in the opening, all the way through. The fight against Kathy, Kane versus Kathy, all the way through, and the epic fight scene at the end of the movie, Cho and Braden, just great stuff, man. Highly exciting. You cannot go wrong with this movie. Once again, straight 5 out of 5. That's my review, Jack, and I'm sticking to it. Now, next week, man. Next week. Oh boy, next week. I've been thinking about this for the longest time, and I'm going to pull the trigger on it. Next week, the big event that came out of 2007, even though it kind of fell flat because not many people are familiar with this type of thing, but Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, they come together and give you the grindhouse. So yeah, but that'll be next week though. Check out my other shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, this show is off.